You know that today was our second appearance on the charges that they've been preferred against some of us and me. As was the case with the first appearance last year, large crowds of members of the African National Congress and South Africans from all walks of life voluntarily came here to Mangaung to show their support and solidarity. I'm sure all of us were hugely grateful for the spontaneous support and incredible comradeship. And last year, after my first appearance, I was able to address the comrades who gathered in their numbers. And it was possible to thank comrades in person. Unfortunately, today it was not possible to address everyone who came because of the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic and the resultant level of level 3 restrictions and protocols. And we just wanted to show that we have to lead by example by making sure that we encourage South African public to behave in a particular way, to always respect the restrictions and protocols, sanitize. I was impressed that I saw a lot of people wearing masks. And the crowd that gathered today, even under these lockdown restrictions, seems to have done everything possible to comply. It's important that in all our actions we prioritize saving lives of all South Africans, regardless of conditions or circumstances we find ourselves in. After all, humanity must strive, after all. I want to thank everyone, inclusive of ordinary community members, our faith-based formations. I saw a lot of faith organizations, a lot of leaders and members of our organization, the African National Congress, that came out to show support at our appearance today. And I don't take this for granted and fully appreciate the mature and responsible manner in which they handled this challenging situation. I was more humbled and encouraged by the display of comradeship and the displayed belief in the supreme law of our land, that all of us are presumed innocent until proven otherwise by a competent court of law. A real universal principle, and I'm sure all over the world you can see it. You can go even to Israel. The Prime Minister of Israel is in court, but he's still the Prime Minister because he's presumed innocent until proven otherwise by a competent court of law. I also welcome the calm and effective way in which our law enforcement agencies today handle the whole situation, giving everyone who came this time around the most deserving dignity. Both communities, members who were here, leaders who were here, the police, I think they deserve to be given this time around. I think they behaved properly, and our membership from all over the country, there was no single province which was not here, no single region which was not here. When the whole matter against me is concluded, history will certainly absolve some of us, and at that point I will be able to express myself to the public. I have by all means avoided the obvious temptation to speak about the merits and demerits of the ongoing case, because I'm sure you know by now that the indictment is voluminous, and the lawyers are actually looking at that, and we are studying everything. This is all because I respect our courts, and I always take counsel from my competent legal team. If it was me, I will just talk, but from time to time, legal practitioners have to advise us. I will not comment further about the charges preferred against me. except to say, I think the story which was pumped in the morning was that there are new charges added. There are no charges added, as the spokesperson of NPA was saying. It's the same charges, and I'm sure we could, at a later stage, circulate the charges, and it's for you to inform the public of South Africa properly and honestly so. I will not comment further about the charges preferred against me. My legal team is going to ventilate on all those issues. Suffice to say that the criminal justice system in our country must be of the highest repute and deal with corruption in an absolute fair and even-handed manner. That's our call, that's our plea. Any hint of selective morality to the application of the rule of law and justice or abuse of the legal system in our judiciary must indeed be avoided at all and every cost. All peace-loving South Africans must all time stand on the right side of the law, and when so accused of any wrongdoing, be accorded a fair and just hearing. We should not be judged in the public opinion by the public or by the media. The courts must legitimately act to protect, uphold, and preserve the rights of everyone, regardless of their station and position in society. Justice must at all times be seen to be done. And I think the story which was pumped also by the spokesperson of NPA is that they wanted the case to get in quick. We were ready for the case, and you can see that we have a lot of accused. We have many and different lawyers representing us, and we were ready from May, June, July, but there were lawyers who were not available because they have other cases to deal with. And therefore, I think the case was agreed. It was agreed upon that the case must be in August as a pre-trial. Nothing can be further from the truth, despite our serious concern about why we have been charged and I'm attending the court hearings. It is also in this context that we may never undermine the constitutional tenets that every citizen has a right to be deemed innocent until proven guilty by a properly constituted, competent court of law. This right is not negotiable, and it may never be compromised, and it is indeed enshrined in our Constitution, in the Bill of Rights. That's what we have struggled for during the years of struggle against apartheid colonialism. We conclude by rededicating ourselves to the seminal task of the ANC, namely to be at the service of our people and to ensure that we empower our people to scale the demanding heights of our economy. As we have seen today again, COVID-19 poses many challenges to us, which makes the achievement of freedom and justice for all our people even more difficult. No matter how steep the mountains that we have to climb, we will never give up. Of course, forward we go, backwards never. We have not joined the liberation struggle in the service of ourselves, but in the service of our people. Indeed, this is a very short statement, and we just wanted to say to all South Africans from all over South Africa, all the corners, that wherever you are, respect the regulations. Wherever you are, sanitize. Wherever you are, think about those who don't have food, because the challenges of hunger and poverty and unemployment are real today. The challenges of black business dying or businesses dying, it's a real thing today. And that's why we want to say the struggle continues.